Let's see. Okay. All right, we about ready to go through it maybe here? If you didn't get to the last couple, that's okay. We'll get to them. All right, so what is qualitative data? Qualitative data is information that cannot be expressed numerically and it cannot be counted. Those are the two big points that you should have in your definition. Cannot be expressed numerically, cannot be counted. So pictures, symbols, those are our qualitative data. Quantitative data can be expressed as a number or quantified. It can be counted or measured. I feel like that word measure really helps me out a lot if I'm not sure if it's qualitative or quantitative. I ask myself, can I measure it? If you can measure it, it's quantitative data, okay? So numbers, statistics. All right, and then we've got our 4 levels of measurement. Then we can split qualitative and quantitative into further. Nominal is the first level. It is only qualitative data, so things like names, labels, qualities, no mathematical computations can be made. So eye color, for example, okay, something that we can label, we can name it, but we can't do anything with it other than just kind of categorize it. Ordinal could be qualitative or quantitative. Most of the time it's qualitative data, and that's something that can be ordered or ranked. Okay, so like if I said the best teachers at JHS, we could have the first place teacher, the second place teacher, the third place teacher, or like finishers in a race, those can be ranked. Top 10 schools, things like that can be ordered, so it's ordinal. Then we take it one step further to interval level of measurement. So that's going to be only our quantitative data. It's something that can be measured. It's things that can be ordered. Differences are meaningful, but I think this last little bit here is going to be helpful. 0 is a position on the scale. It doesn't mean none. So like when we say years, if I say year 0, it doesn't mean there was no year. It means it was just a position on the scale. There were years before it and there were years after it. Or temperature. If I say 0 degrees Fahrenheit, it doesn't mean there was no temperature. It just means it was, a position on a scale, and you could be warmer or colder than that. So temperature is a common example. Anything that has to do with years is a common example of interval level of measurement. And then ratio level of measurement is stuff that we can actually do all those calculations with. We can measure, so horsepower is an example. In that level of measurement, the 0 means none. So we call that, I went down too far. We call that an inherent 0. You might see that word. I don't know if you guys wrote that down or not. An inherent 0 means that it means none. Okay, so if I say the truck has 0 horsepower, it means it has no horsepower. So if you're not sure between interval and ratio, think about what that 0 represents. Does it represent a position on the scale, or does it represent nothing? Okay. Questions on the definitions? Okay, so hopefully you had a few of these. I maybe have more than you have in your chart here. Maybe you have more than me. If there's something you guys have that I don't have, you can let me know. But examples of qualitative data you can get from a penny. The color, the image, the mint mark. The mint mark is the letter that is underneath the year on a penny. It just tells you where it's produced at. The oxidation level, which tells you like how much green it has on it. You know how they kind of like get that coppery to green color as they get older. And then we could also like flip a coin and determine if it's heads or tails. That's all qualitative. And then quantitative data, again, is the stuff we can measure. We can measure years, width, weight, circumference, radius, density, diameter. I don't know what else isn't up there. Anything else you guys had that I don't? So we want to add to either list? No? Pretty good? Okay. Then on the back, add my heads and tails here too. Here is our levels of measurement then, and now we start erasing. These are the tricky questions. Okay, so nominal, things that we cannot order, it's more of just a label than anything. Okay, so the mint mark is a label that tells us something. The image is a label, and then heads or tails is a category. Okay, but nothing we can do any mathematical calculations with. Then we get to things that we can order. We could order color and we could order oxidation level. So you know, brightest to dullest, like shiniest to dullest. You could order them that way, or you could order them with the least oxidation to the most oxidation. So still qualitative data, but something that we can put in a certain order. The year on the penny is the interval, and then pretty much anything else that you can do a calculation or a measurement with is going to fall under the ratio category. Okay, questions on those four? All right, so for the questions at the bottom then, let's see how you did. I don't know if I can make this any bigger or not. Let's see if I make it 200, if it's going to be, yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see how you did. So you were supposed to say A, qualitative or quantitative, which kind of breaks into two pieces, and then B, which level of measurement. We take it one step further and break it apart. So names of students are qualitative and nominal. No meaningful way to order those. Women's pant sizes, qualitative again, it's a label, but we can order it. Size 0, size 2, size 4, size 6, size 00. Yes?
For that one, could you like technically subtract between them? Like how many sizes you need to go up or down?
You could calculate a difference between them, but it's still not something that you are measuring. Like when you say it, if we said it was male pant sizes, it would be different, because a male pant size is like a 30 or a 32. It's a waist measurement, so then it would be an interval. But women, we say 2, 4, 6, it's a category that they're falling into. So as soon as it's qualitative, it can't be interval. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. I tried to pick examples on here that were kind of tricky ones, so we can talk about those little things. Weight of apples, so that's something we can measure. Ratio, 0 means doesn't weigh anything. Exam test scores, quantitative again, and something we can measure. 0 means you got nothing on the test, right? Top 5 occupations, so that's qualitative first, okay, so those are categories, but when we say top 5, it's something that we're ordering, so that's ordinal. Movie genres, again, a label, so qualitative, but that time it's nominal, because we're not ordering those genres in any way. We've just got, you know, comedy, drama, sci-fi, whatever. Number 7, years. As soon as it says years, it's interval, every time. Quantitative, interval, okay? Touchdowns, quantitative, that's something we can measure, something we can count. Ratio, 0 means you didn't get any. Highest grade level completed. Grade levels are numbers, yes, so we can subtract them, but again, it's more of a label. So it's a qualitative data. It is something we can order, though, so we say it's ordinal. Gender, qualitative, and nominal. We don't order that. Again, just a label. Number of years at last job. Quantitative and ratio. What does 0 mean? 0 means I didn't work at that job. So that's a ratio. Jersey numbers. This is another tricky one. So it is a number again, but it's a label. It is something that you could order, though. Right? We could say number 0 all the way up to 99. Scents at Bath and Body Works. Qualitative, nominal, just a label. Temperatures. As soon as it says temperature, it's automatically interval. It's something we can measure. 0 position on the scale is not an inherent 0. And then number 15, if we have somebody answer a survey question where they can range from strongly disagree to strongly agree, they've got 5 different categories there. It's categories, so it's qualitative, but those answers can be ordered, so ordinal. Okay? What questions do you have about our levels of measurement, our types of data? No? Okay. These are your notes for today, and then your homework tonight is 1, 2 in Polaris, and you're going to have 3 attempts just like yesterday. Good? All right, and then tomorrow we're going to get signed up for Math Excel and get the Math Excel orientational set. You guys are ready for that next week. Over here. All right, don't look. No peeking. 26. 26. So close, no winner. All right, you may grab your phones. And the last almost 10 minutes, you can start your homework maybe, get 1 submission in. Those are yours.